KATV.
Good morning, and thanks so much for spending part of your Sunday morning with us here. Last month, Coca-Cola took a big step as it created the 10th largest American Coca-Cola franchise right here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Abarta Coca-Cola Beverages is refranchising its North American bottling operations, Washington County. It will be the center of this local facility in Houston, PA. Just another step in the effort by that county to encourage economic development. We are pleased to welcome two guests to the Sunday Business Page. Charlie Bitzer, Chief Executive Officer of Abarta Coca-Cola Beverages, and Larry Maggi is the Chairman of the Washington County Commissioners. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, and welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
I know that it has been a big part to say economic development for Allegheny County, for Butler County, for Washington County, for Greene County. But the things that are happening in Washington County, we are seeing some of that moving forward. And Coca-Cola is right there in the middle of it with a gigantic announcement here recently. How important is that to Washington County, Larry?
Well, it's very important. Washington County is one of the fastest growing counties in southwestern Pennsylvania. Our population's on the move. We're at the infrastructure. We have great infrastructure. We're at the point we have an intersection of two major highways, and it's important to keep good businesses in Washington County. People always want to bring new business in. That's okay, but when you have a business that's already there, it's important that they grow, and that's quite honestly is what happened this week. We got a Coca-Cola with Abarta. It's one of the largest Coca-Cola franchising in the nation right now, and we're excited to have them right in the center of Washington County, access to a lot of people.
Charlie, I know that sometimes being in a major city is an advantage, but sometimes being outside of a major city can also be an advantage. Is that what you have found with Coca-Cola?
Yeah, we found being near is good enough, but being outside, you have a lot more flexibility, expansion opportunities, avoiding traffic and things like that. At certain times of day, we've found being just outside is perfect.
It's a perfect place to be. Now tell me about this new franchise arrangement, because for the longest time, Coca-Cola was doing this business directly. Is that correct?
Yeah, from about the mid-'80s, Coca-Cola embarked on a strategy of consolidation, and that worked for a while. But what they found was that they really lost touch with the local market, and it's still a local business. And some of our customers were consolidating, so they wanted to deal with that, but lost touch with the local. And this refranchising, we actually have both. We have scale to deal with the larger customers, and we have local ownership to deal with local owners.
So from here in Houston, where will you be serving? How big is your footprint at this point geographically?
From the Houston facility?
Sure.
Yeah, it's about 50 miles in all directions from the Houston facility.
So you get into West Virginia at that point?
A little bit of West Virginia.
Touching a little bit of Ohio?
A little bit of Ohio.
Maryland, or not so much?
Nothing in Maryland.
Okay, but a lot of Pennsylvania, obviously, and a big population base there.
Correct.
Got it. So why does Coca-Cola matter to Washington? Why does a big name like that make a difference to Washington County?
We like to be home to big names like that. They create jobs, they create excitement, they service the tri-state area. So it's very important that we have companies like Coca-Cola in our county, and what they're doing, they're creating good family sustaining wages so people can grow families. They're keeping our young talent here in Washington County in southwestern Pennsylvania, and that's what makes a county vibrant. That's what makes Washington County special. You're
talking about $10 million a year in terms of infrastructure that is being put back into it at this point. In what way, and how's that being used?
Well, that's sort of our steady state investment for trucks, facility improvements, things like that, vending machines. If we grow, we can obviously increase that investment, and that's our goal. I mean, we want to grow.
But that's sort of a bottom line. That's sort of a starting point, then, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Got it.
And if we get, if we touch our communities and touch our consumers, and we're able to grow and they drink our products, that investment can go up. We do have a very high reinvestment rate. So the more we make, the more we invest.
Somebody drives by on 79, they look there between Racetrack Road and Houston, they see this place off on the side. How many bottles are coming out of that place there in Houston? How much are we talking about in terms of product being produced?
Well, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Oh, it's a secret. Just like what's in Coke, right? You can't tell me that either. But is it a number that has continued to grow? Have you seen market share growth? Have you seen changes there too?
I'm not sure before we made the acquisition. I think the franchise was making progress. We want to accelerate that project, that progress, and we think local ownership will do it.
Now, does this also go across other brands, meaning Dasani water? Does it go to the Monster energy drinks? Is it across the board, or is this just the Coke line itself?
No, it's different categories: teas, Powerade in the sports drinks, Dasani in the water segment. We carry probably 400 different SKUs and brands in our warehouse, and we go where the consumer is.
Right.
Wherever the consumer is, whatever they want, we need a product to fill that need.
That's where you're going to show up. And finally, before we let you go, Mr. Commissioner, to have Coca-Cola there in your backyard, yes, it's it's a worldwide name, but at the same time, you're also looking for somebody who's not as big as Coca-Cola to sit alongside them, I presume, right?
Yeah, and what we find is they're good corporate neighbors. They're involved in the community, they're involved with the charities, and the money, a lot of the people are from Washington County is employed there. They go out and buy food, they go out and buy gasoline, they go out and spend money, and it's a quality of life issue also. So yeah, they're very important to Washington County, and they do help our economic development.
Yeah, and take a Coke and go down to the ballpark and watch the Pony World Series coming to Washington
World
County
Series
too,
next
right?
week, and they sell Coca-Cola products there.
A lot of things going on. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here and for sharing your story. Charlie, congratulations and best of luck moving forward. Mr. Commissioner, thank you very much for being here.
Okay,
thank you, Rick.
Very much appreciated. When the Sunday Business page continues, how military veterans can own a business franchise and also how they can help to clean up debris. We will share the story. It's called